Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of OpenFront.io. This is Enzo and today we are testing out the version 24 update. So in this video, I'm going to be going through a few things. First, I'm going to be covering all the different things that I know about that are coming out in this update. Second, I'm going to let you know how you can play it if you're interested. And third, I'm going to talk about a few things I also learned about future directions from the game with engaging with the devs earlier today. So just to get things started, the first thing I want to just address right at the start of this video is the overlay. I'm currently working on an experimental version of the game, so it's not definitive if this is going to be included or not. I think there's definite things to critique, specifically the population type of information and having that be disconnected from the attack ratio bar. Just thinking about like paying attention to different things in the game. I think that could be confusing, but this could very well just be people are trying stuff out and that's it. Other than that, we need to get into kind of the cool things, which are the new buildings, which you can see right here. We've got a factory and the train track. So I imagine most of you probably saw my other video about the trains and stuff like that. And how it looks like they're going to work is that you can create these train networks. So let me just show you. By establishing stations at different points, and they can link things up. You can even do things that it almost looks like you can create these type of networks of connecting ports and stuff like that, which seems really neat. And how this functions is that when a train goes through to certain areas, it looks like you get bonuses of gold. It's still to be determined how this really looks in the official version of version 24, but it's definitely kind of a cool feature. The type of caveat I can tell you with this is hearing from the devs, it might not be officially included. Oh, and you can see those train tracks cross right there. That's kind of cool. It might not officially be included in the multiplayer version, but it might be a toggleable type of feature that you can have in like single player and stuff like that. And the other kind of thing I do wonder about with it is if there are like specific bonuses to trading with other nations. It's kind of an interesting dynamic because you can think about in OpenFront, you often don't put cities on the front line because you don't want other people to take them. But now there might be an incentive to do that. So that's type of the main thing. We've also got these different buildings that you can see in terms of just like how they look. Let's actually just get up a few other ones just to show you. So let's do a defense post. That pretty much looks like a bunker. We've got the SAM site, which is pretty cool. We've got the missile silo, which is I don't know what to say about all these. It's all kind of fine. It's all the same game. We got the port too. It's all kind of cool and stuff like that. And besides that, the thing that we're definitively, or it sounds like we're gonna have in the game, is the upgrade system. So if you saw my other video, you can see when you upgrade stuff in the top left, you go up by 25k for cities. For defense posts, I'm just kind of assuming it's going to make this more defensible. But then again, there's kind of some questions about balance issues that I would have with that. And for SAMs, you're probably wondering about that too. I don't think I have enough gold to do it, but let me just get this. Oh, I need to get this really quick, and I should have enough gold. But for SAMs and missile launchers, how it's going to work is that essentially having a level 2 SAM like this one right here, it's just the equivalent of having two stacked in the same place, that it's going to have two missiles. So if someone lobbed in two atom bombs on this, it would take them both out. And I'm assuming with the missile silo, it's kind of the same thing, that you can just like launch two bombs without the same type of cooldown and stuff. It's not going to be increased range. I've heard from some people that they want buildings that outrange hydrogen bombs, which sounds kind of OP, and I don't know if I agree with that. So besides these type of changes, the other things I should let you know is there's going to be some changes likely to the crown, that the growth curve that I sometimes talk about in my videos, that crowns and peoples with really high population, their type of growth is going to be diminished a bit to try to address, from what I understand, the snowballing issue that most of us are pretty familiar with. So that's going to be one thing. And it also sounds like trader status is going to be getting a little bit more severe. So how trader status works right now in the current game is that if you betray someone, and let's just do that just for that, is that if someone else pushes us like Russia, they would take half casualties. That's how that works. And yeah, but what's going to change with it is that it's going to push faster now. It's not going to be just that Russia loses less troops when they're pushing me. It's going to be that Russia's attack will actually move faster. That's my understanding of what some of the development team has told me. We're going to get official patch notes, it sounds like, pretty soon. So that's kind of what's new with the game. I think the buildings are going to be cool. And if you want to play test this, the thing I'd say is that I'm on an experimental version right now, but the official version 24 beta is actually going to be released really soon. And I'm just going to post a comment in the description of like a specific post you have to comment on to get this role in the OpenFront Discord. And you can be invited to the playtest and get the link for the game when it comes out, which I think I'm going to have the link tomorrow. So if you want to play with me, I also kind of think, I imagine Ultimus Rex will be playing again too. That's what we did for our last test. That's how you can play. So besides all this, as I'm rampaging across the map, you can see the other kind of cosmetic things of the indicators for the buildings. That would actually be great to be a little bit bigger because it's kind of hard to tell. Oh, and the other thing is, I hope you can see like the numbers for other players because like that could be an issue with this update. Oh yeah, because there's one other thing I gotta tell you that's probably gonna happen. That apparently if you try to put two buildings like right on top of each other, like two cities like this, they're just gonna merge into one because we're not gonna have stacking anymore. Yeah, so I don't know how everyone's gonna feel about that. Stacking has kind of been part of the game, but it's supposedly all gonna work like the same way. So now I should get on to talking about what are the kind of future things for OpenFront.io, because I participated in this type of Q&A session with the devs today, and I actually learned a lot of cool stuff. So first thing I should talk about is mobile. A lot of people have, in my comment section, asked about when are we getting mobile, and you see me crazily rampaging across this. Let me also just try to ally some people and see if I can build some more of these, yeah, and we have the freaking radial menu, which I don't know what to say about. So a lot of people have asked me about mobile, and I actually thought it was coming out a lot sooner. And what it sounds like the devs are going to be doing is that they're going to first work on a Steam release. And the target for that is apparently in September. So after September, that's when potentially they're going to work on mobile. So if you've been watching my vids and you haven't been able to play because you're just on mobile or something like that, that's kind of your timeline for that. The other thing I would say is besides one of the questions that I asked in the type of Q&A sesh was I was kind of curious about what are the type of units that other players want to see have coming into the game. Let me also, I just like the idea. It would be so fun if Sam's had broader ranges, but I think it would be so, unbalanced. I asked about what are the type of different changes that people want to see coming to the game. And it was kind of interesting that the dev actually brought up that one of the goals with OpenFront is to try to keep it simple. That if something's going to get added, they might take something out. So, for example, it's possible in the future that the troops to worker bar goes away, and there might even be changes to hydrogen bombs just because, like, not a lot of people are using them at this point in time, outside of, like, taking out islands or maybe some weird mid-game fights, right? So, that's kind of an interesting thing that kind of differs from, like, the tactic front approach, if you've ever seen that. And besides that, the other thing I can say is we're going to get some skins and patterns in this game, which should be pretty cool for version 24. And that's what I know about the update. I should be having a more comprehensive type of discussion of this when I get the patch notes and stuff. But if you want to play, you want to see more, stay tuned to my channel. And all that said, thanks for watching. I will see y'all in the next vid. Bye-bye.